Hello everybody, this is the Flying Turk with another review video for you guys. And today we're taking a look at this beauty of a plane. This is the F-117. This beautiful stealth aircraft in front of us. My friends, before we dive into the review, let's dive into a little bit of a history and an explanation about this plane. The Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk is a retired American single-seat subsonic twin-engined stealth attack aircraft developed by Lockheed's secretive Skunk Works division and operated by the United States Air Force. That's a mouthful. It was first operational aircraft to be designed with stealth technology. Work on what would become the F-170 commenced in the 1970s as a mean of countering the increasingly sophisticated Soviet surface-to-air missiles, also known as SAMs. I will not dive into too much history, because it will get boring very quickly, but you can find all the information regarding this plane on the website named Wikipedia, my friends. But let's dive into the F-117 Nighthawk. I really love this plane. It looks extremely menacing how it looks. Look like a big black Dorito, you know. Let's move out of the hangar so we can get a better view of this plane. This is our cockpit, by the way. Moved a little bit fast into the review, showing a lot of things beforehand, but we're doing this on purpose. We are at Whitman Air Force Base, or Whiteman Air Force Base. You can tell by the B2 spirits over there. Guys, this is an awesome plane. I really love this. This is one of my favorite military planes out there, just because of how menacing this looks. Just look at this. It looks out of this world. Looks like a UFO. It's so insane. There's like a tail hook and all. I will show you everything. It's one crazy plane, my friends. By the way, I love the C5 Galaxy and the C-17 over there. We also have an AC-130. Lovely. Guys, this is a beautiful cockpit. Let's open the canopy, if it will work. Nope, it will not open at this point. Okay, yeah, because we have started the engines already. But you can open up the canopy of this plane. There are a lot of interesting things in this plane integrated. You have like a menu over here. But a lot of things are not implemented in this plane, as you can see. And that is just because of the fact that this plane, even though it's retired, it is still classified in some way. Because it's still being used in some places, right? So that shouldn't come as a big shock. Cockpit is very nice and interesting. We have like a few light switches here and there. It has been a while since I've flown this, so I'm searching for it as well. But there we have found it. Let's do that a little bit less. Those to there, those to bright. And this is a fully lit up cockpit. It looks absolutely amazing. The windows situation is also a little bit interesting. Not something that common. This plane has a lot of interesting options. We have a drag chute for when you're landing. There is an emergency gear release. There's like anti-skid, we need that on. Primary brake, set it to normal. Landing lights, we put the taxi at the moment. Like, lots of things work, but not everything works in this plane, like I said, because of the fact that it's classified. But here you have a look at all the buttons and switches to the left and to the right. There is like a tail hook for this plane. So you can land it on carriers, but you cannot really take off from carrier. Only way you can take off from a carrier with this is by utilizing the catapult. And you can open up the bomb base beneath it. Now it shows nothing, but if you have... I don't know if it's in the marketplace. No, it is in the marketplace. In the marketplace we were not able to get bombs underneath it, but since recently it has been liberated, you can get bombs for this. I just don't know the exact value. Like here on 8% on 450 pounds it shows this. There should be another one, like a very big one. But I can't seem to get it, but you can get like 2 bombs in it. Yeah, back in the day I used to have a list, but I don't have a list anymore showing the value of the bombs. But you can get a bomb underneath there. Get like it fully weighted. Then generally it would go like with full fuel on missions, because well, it used to fly for a long time. You can open the left side as well. You can see we have 2 bombs in it, and that's it for this plane regarding bombs. And let's close the bay door. Nice animation. And let's start our taxi towards the runway. My friends, this is not an easy plane to fly. I'm gonna say it straight up. The most difficult part regarding this plane is the landing and takeoff. It's not an easy one, my friends. If you pull up too much, it literally starts doing a backflip. If you do it too slowly, well, what happens is you don't take off. If you try to land and you pull back too much on the stick, it does a backflip. It's an unstable plane. And it might have to do with the fact that there is no rear stabilizer. Like literally these wings and that's it. I think I went the wrong way, but that's fine. We're gonna use all the runway anyway, because we're heavy. And you need to be very gentle with this plane, my friends. This center screen here does not really work. We can turn it on, but it doesn't show anything, since it is classified again. I was sure that this one had like a inert. Let's go on as well. I was sure this had like a tail hook. Let me double check quickly. Generators on. Yeah, we cannot use a lot of things in this plane. It doesn't let us do everything. Ah, it should be over here. Anti-skid, primary, horn. Nope. But it is here, like, it's literally this thing over here, this red thing. Yeah, we could have cut the runway and took off a little bit earlier, but it is okay. Oh, it might be over here. Nope, okay, no, I cannot find that tail hook. But my friends, absolutely amazing plane. Flight middle is interesting, challenging. It's not the fastest out there, so don't expect like a Mach 2 fighter jet or anything. But it is a lovely plane to fly, gotta say that. And you have like good camera angles as well, like the base camera angles. And it makes sense with how they're placed. I will put up game volume for you guys so you can hear how this plane sounds on takeoff.
Approach 824 is type 2 miles north of Whiteman, 1,100 feet. Request flight following.
Okay, there we go, my friends. That was takeoff with this plane. You need to be very careful with it while flying. Like I said, you cannot force it up or down because it will do like a backflip immediately while taking off. It has to do with the aerodynamics of this plane. And by the way, I found that tail hook. Finally, yes. That's the tail hook that I was talking about. So you can land this on carriers and grab the arresting cables. But look at how this plane looks. It's absolutely menacing. And we can open up those bomb bears, those mid-flight as well, which look absolutely crazy. And it only opens one or the other, so keep that in mind. And you can drop the bomb as well. Pressing jettison. Yet it didn't do it for me. Ah, there we go. Need to put it right or left. And left one is dropped also. You cannot see it fall or anything, but it drops it. And you lose the weight as well, so that's one good thing. And also a nice thing that they have added with this plane, like when it's airborne, you can start messing around with it. Like, oh yeah, we're fully loaded, so it's a little bit. It's not the fastest. We're only going 350 knots, dot 6 Mach. But like if we point it down and gain some speed, oh no, it doesn't work now. Okay, maybe I'm too heavy for it to work. Let's put her at 36. Yeah, she's a lot, a lot more nimble now. Air brakes are interesting. Which doesn't show right now. Might be something wrong with the plane at the moment. We're gonna do full 360. It can do it, so don't get worried. When you're airborne, it's all okay, but when you're on the ground landing and taking off, that's where the difficult part is. We're gonna gain some more altitude and we're gonna show you how this plane behaves. And we're gonna cheat for that. We're gonna use slew mode. Just go up, and we will land back at Whitman. You can still see the runway over there. We're just gonna gain some speed. Because after a while it gains some speed, but it is very slow at that. And there is no afterburners in this. It's like a simple jet plane, my friends. And no flap action or anything. These are the stabilizers. Oh, not stabilizers. These are the ailerons. Excuse me. But menacing looking plane, my friends. Look at this big Dorito, big black Dorito in the sky. Ah, I remember. Yeah. We have a lot of weight in it. We're gaining speed. Got 9.3. Can we surpass Mach 1 with this? Will it have a sonic boom? Okay, yeah, we're going faster than the sound, but it's not doing a sonic boom. But there were some cool effects before with it, which I'm not seeing anymore. It looks like they've updated it and readjusted the flight model as well on this plane. Before you had like some nice condensation effect. They're not showing anymore. Or it might be because of the region that I'm in. That's also plays also a factor. The plane feels a lot heavier now. But my friends, this is not the usual review you get from me. Generally, it's airliners and that kind of stuff. But this, my friends, this is a very special plane. It's very nice to fly. Oh look, now it's very heavy to that side. It doesn't want to turn. Might be because I'm going too fast with it. And we're gonna try to land back at Whitman Air Force Base. Let's drop our gear. Yeah, we're going way too fast for this little plane. If you go too fast with it, it becomes not the nicest one to fly. But if you lose speed, it becomes nimble again. So don't force it, don't go too fast. Okay, let's try to land this beauty again. Interior sounds are lovely. Cockpit designs has been done very nicely. It is a little bit on the expensive side for what you get, if you ask me. But my guys, it's so iconic of a plane, you know. Like, what can I say? It gives you that wow factor. It gives you that special plane that you would never normally be able to fly. I think it's worth it just because of how it ups. Like on landing, it's very difficult, as you can see. I murdered that landing. You have to land at speed. I forgot that. And look at those rudders moving. The rudder action is very different. Let's move forward to forced brakes. There we go. Guys, that's my quick review on the aerial simulations F-117. I don't know much about this plane. I only know that it's a menace in the sky. It's like a stealth fighter as well, or stealth plane. So treat it as such. Don't expect a nimble fighter jet like I did. It's a good plane. I would say I would recommend it if you can find it on sale. If you don't find it on sale, I would say skip it for now because there are better planes for the price, you know. I bought it because I really loved the design of it, and it was one of the first model kits I've ever built in my life as well. So I really had to get this in the sim just because of a nostalgia factor. But if you like the plane, yeah, go get it. If you don't like it that much, I wouldn't say necessary to buy it because a lot of systems don't work in it anyway. So you're really limited with what you can do. But for the wow factor, only I would say, yeah, sure, go get it. My friends, that was it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you in the next one. Flying Turk out. Bye bye.